Urgent, fans! Liverpool gave an exciting update on Alexander Isak during training. The Reds could face a major blow as the interest is real in a £36 million star. Attention supporters, Liverpool may bring a top defender back after the collapse of the deal for Mark Guéhi. Hello, Reds fans! Come check out the latest news from the greatest club in the world. Alexander Isak appeared smiling during training with the Swedish national team just days after completing his £125 million transfer to Liverpool. After months of speculation and negotiations, the Reds finally secured the signing of the forward from Newcastle United, with the deal being completed on the last day of the transfer window. On the same night he signed his contract as Liverpool's new player, Isak traveled to Sweden to join the national team and prepare for this month's round of matches. Sweden will face Slovenia and Kosovo in the World Cup qualifiers, taking advantage of the pause in the club football calendar. So far, Isak has not played any matches since the start of the preseason and did not participate in any friendlies during his time at Newcastle before his transfer was confirmed. Now, he is fully engaged in training with the Swedish national team, focusing on both international duties and his upcoming future at Liverpool. On Thursday, the official Swedish national team account on X shared a video of Isak during one of the recent training sessions. In the footage, the forward completes a shooting drill, hitting the top corner of the goal before breaking into a radiant smile. In the background, after the precise shot, someone can be heard saying, "He's here, he's fine." It remains to be seen how many minutes Isak will play in Sweden's upcoming matches, but the forward is already focusing on his return to the Premier League. He is expected to make his Liverpool debut on Sunday, September 14th against Burnley, in a match that promises to mark the beginning of his journey with the English club.
According to Transfermarkt, Liverpool currently has 6 starting players whose contracts expire in June 2026, including Ibrahima Konaté. This situation has raised concerns among fans and experts, especially given the interest from major European clubs. Speculation over Konaté's future has intensified in recent weeks. Empire of the Cop reported last month that both Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain have shown interest in the French defender. At the same time, Caught Offside noted that there is no current indication of positive progress in negotiations to renew the 26-year-old's contract. This uncertainty suggests that Liverpool could face a significant battle to retain Konaté in the coming months. In a recent interview with Liverpool Confidential for MailSport, journalist Lewis Steele was asked whether Konaté might leave the club at the end of his contract and depart on a free transfer next summer. He replied, "Not necessarily, but it is fair to say that Konaté's future is in question at the moment I write this. It was in November that Richard Hughes began initial negotiations with Konaté's representatives, and 10 months later, we are still not any closer to a resolution." Liverpool continues discussions with the players' representatives, seeking to finalize a new deal that ensures stability and a strong position for the future. Steele added, "There is nothing definitive so far. Nothing has been signed, and there is no clear indication of which direction this will go, but it is certainly a concern for Liverpool, especially after the long contract sagas that occurred last year." Although Konaté does not have the same profile as Mo Salah or Virgil van Dijk, losing him on a free transfer would be a major blow to the club. Steele emphasized that Real Madrid's interest is real, and the fact that negotiations have been ongoing for nearly a year without resolution heightens anxiety among the club's management and supporters. After Liverpool's last-minute frustration in their attempt to sign Mark Guéhi, the club's reliance on Konaté has become even more evident. The French defender joined the club 4 years ago from RB Leipzig for £36 million, and despite some criticism for inconsistent performances early in the season, he proved his importance with a standout performance in last Sunday's hard-fought victory over Arsenal. Liverpool fans have already endured tense moments in the 2024-25 season, particularly with the imminent contract expirations of Salah and Van Dijk, which were only resolved in April. Repeating a similar saga with Konaté is something Copites definitely want to avoid. With the transfer window now closed until January, it is expected that sporting director Richard Hughes will make progress in negotiations with the French defender before the end of the year, removing uncertainty over the future of a player considered a key figure in the Reds' defense.
Liverpool's summer rebuild resulted in profits from several player sales, but a new report suggests that the departure of one of them may not be permanent. According to Lewis Steele for Mail Sport, the club included a buyback clause in the deal that sent Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen for £35 million. The contract includes pre-established terms for a potential return of the 22-year-old defender to Anfield in the future, should the club decide to activate them. Quansah's buyback clause could play a strategic role in Liverpool's defense. The English defender was sold in search of more playing time, something that manager Arne Slot could not guarantee this season. With Virgil van Dijk approaching the end of his career, Konaté linked to a possible free transfer to Real Madrid next summer, and Joe Gomez almost leaving the club once again, the Reds' defensive situation remains uncertain. During the final days of the transfer window, Liverpool attempted to strengthen their defense by signing Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace, but the deal fell through despite a £35 million agreement being in place. Palace opted to keep their captain, leaving Liverpool without the additional reinforcement that many fans and experts had expected. Quansah, however, made a strong impression during his time in the first team, showing maturity and composure beyond his years in both the Premier League and the Champions League. His sale to Leverkusen was seen as a good deal, particularly because it included a long-term safety net. However, with changes in management and Erik ten Hag's departure, the situation may not be as predictable as initially assumed. Mailsport highlighted that Liverpool's hierarchy still rates Quansah extremely highly, alongside players like Harvey Elliott and Ben Doak. The buyback clause, set at €60 million plus add-ons from 2027, keeps the door open for the defender's return. Additionally, with Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong also signed from Leverkusen this summer, the ties between the two clubs are strengthened, creating a potential channel for future negotiations. Should Liverpool's defensive options diminish in the coming years, Quansah remains a very realistic option to return and reinforce the backline, offering experience, talent, and familiarity with the club. His potential return to Anfield could become a crucial move to maintain defensive stability during a period of transition. Thank you so much for watching until here. See you next time.